Big meet this weekend, obviously. You know, expectations heading into this thing, it seems like the men's team has been performing at a pretty high level all season long. You know, what are your thoughts heading into the Pac-12s?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great opportunity for us to build on what we did a couple weeks ago at pre-nationals. There's definitely a few things we could have worked on that we could have performed or could have completed at pre-nationals that I don't think we executed very well. So this is another opportunity for us to work on this leading up to regionals and NCAAs. I kind of made it through the couple of years where we were very bad. We didn't qualify one year. Fifth didn't qualify, and then last year, I don't know what we were, 12th, 15th, 20th. I don't know what place we were as a team. And now we're back at that top 5 level, which is cool to see, and the team is really coming together. And we all kind of have the same vision on what we want to do, and things are looking better than they were earlier in the season, and I think they were looking good even then.
When you say you guys have a more complete vision or a united vision of what you guys want to accomplish, is that you talking about championship goals? Or are you talking about in a race, you guys are all kind of on the same page?
Right, yeah, race strategies and championship goals, I would say, as well. From looking at Pac-12s this weekend and moving forward to nationals, I mean, that's ultimately what our goal is, our NCAAs. But winning a Pac-12 championship in cross country is big because it's one of the strongest or the strongest conference, and it's very competitive. And all of us are, we want to win, and Stanford surely wants to win, and Colorado equally. So it'll be tough, but I think our guys are all in the right kind of state of mind to accomplish that.
Getting back to this top 5 level, is that purely a talent thing that you guys have more talent now than you had in the past, or is it a combination of things?
It's definitely a combination of things. I would say so when I came in as a freshman, we had that group of guys who won back-to-back, and then my freshman year they were second. They had been here for a while, they'd done everything, they're a great, talented group, but they worked very, very hard. And then all those guys graduated, and we were kind of left with a younger group, not a lot of leaders, and it was just kind of a wash on what we wanted to do as a whole team. And so I think training intensity, there was a lot more distractions, there weren't the leaders, everything kind of was cycling through, and it took a couple of years, as everyone kind of witnessed. And then this year, we got some great recruits with, Jake and Ed are huge for our team. And, I got healthy, Parker's gotten a lot better, and our 4 through 10 guys have, past 2 years have worked very, very hard. And, I think that shows with like Matt Blanton on making a 10K final. Who would think that, just he's a backyard guy here, makes a 10K final. Jeremy being a sub 13:30 guy, all this stuff where guys necessarily 3 years ago, I don't think they would be where they are right now, but the leaders have cycled through, and, everyone's got the same drive and push and motivation, and it definitely shows with how our team is.
I see Jenkins is going to get the green light this week.
Possibly.
Possibly.
With Andy, we never really know. I think he's kind of taken, a little bit from Vin. We don't even know a lot of the times.
Yeah.
And we're told pretty much, we probably enter 20 of the guys on our team, to run, and then you get the call, 12 hours before you leave. So a lot of us know, all of us are prepared for any group to run. It's not like a workout, but the guys who are running this weekend may not be running at regionals, and vice versa. So we have a great pool of guys right now that are all healthy and ready to run.
Does altitude matter at all?
Yes, but why worry about it?
Yeah.
Because nothing's going to change. Probably a little advantage, for them, but they have to be running in it as well. For training, if you want to get into training, they can't train as fast as we can down here, anaerobically, and it hurts us aerobically when we move up. So there's a little give and take there, training-wise, and as long as the first whatever mile isn't a scorcher, which it probably won't be, everyone's going to be fine. And that's I don't think Lowie's actually going to run this weekend, so he's not going to pull, and it'll be interesting. I'm very excited to see how this race plays out.
Yeah.
Either if a team decides to take it from the front, and try and get away with it, or if it's going to be a sit and kick type thing. I'm excited to see how it goes.
What do you think works to your advantage more?
I don't know. Our guys are, I mean, we've been rolling off some great workouts before and after pre-nationals, and I think our strength is really kind of showing through. We got through some workouts this week. We're pretty, I mean, for me, I've seen a lot of great workouts. That was, it was exciting. I don't know. I've been thinking about it since. For a team, I don't think it really matters. I mean, we'll get a strategy probably the morning of the race, and we'll follow that, as well as we can, and try to adapt midway through to, whatever team is doing what.
Go ahead.
How important do you think the matchup is against, Colorado after pre-nats, and kind of this being the last time you match up against them until nationals?
It is important. It's important for us to be able to race and compete in the middle of the race with them. If you're not conscious of where they are, that's when you lose it. I think that's what happened last week or 2 weeks ago at pre-nationals. I don't think we were really aware of where their runners are, and I don't think we executed our strategy as well as we could have. Those are two things that we'll be working on this week in regionals, and then hopefully at nationals it all kind of comes together. But it is important. I mean, when you get to go up against a number 1 and a number 12 team, I believe Stanford is, and they're a 5th guy away from being a top 5 team. It's important, because this is why we're all running the sport, is to be able to compete at the highest level.